image of you. I know I was made in the image of you. I was made in God's image. 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 I'm just on my Genesis. 127 thing. Hold up, let me meditate. Hold up, get a second take.
Today's lesson or brain game is happening in Kahoot. So that everyone can participate, I'm going to give you a few key instructions to follow so that you can get the most out of this lesson. First step is to go to kahoot.it or download the Kahoot app from your app store, and that's Kahoot. Next, enter the PIN number on your screen. If you're watching the replay, click the Kahoot link in the comments to start a new game. You'll also need two screens, either a computer or television screen and a phone or iPad, so that you can both see the questions and submit the answers. Next, you click spin to choose your nickname and wait for others to join the game. Once the game begins, you read the questions and answer them on your device, choosing the right shape or color that corresponds to the correct answer. The main thing is to make sure that you have lots and lots of fun. Participate, invite others to join. Anybody can play. So let's get started. Today's lesson or brain game is happening in Kahoot.
Everybody, so it's Kahoot time. Very excited.
So that everyone can participate, I'm going to give you a few key instructions to follow so that you can get the most out of this lesson. First step is to go to kahoot.it or download the Kahoot app from your app store, and that's Kahoot. The next step would be to enter the PIN number that shows up on your screen. You may not be able to participate if you're watching the replay. You'll also need two screens, either a computer or television screen and a phone or iPad, so that you can both see the questions and submit the answers. Next, you click spin to choose your nickname and wait for others to join the game. Once the game begins, you read the questions and answer them on your device, choosing the right shape or color that corresponds to the correct answer. The main thing is to make sure that you have lots and lots of fun. Participate, invite others to join. Anybody can play. And then, once the game is over, you're going to go back to the live stream that you were watching prior to joining the game.
All right.
So yeah, if you're not used to using the Kahoot app to play with us today, or if you're not using it today, just make sure you disable your screensavers on whatever device you're on so you don't lose any connection in the game when you receive a notification. Or tell your folks not to actually send you a text message or Facebook message or whatever while you're playing.
Teen Talk Charlotte Talks.
Who I am, I know who God says I am, what He says I am, where He says I'm at. I know who I am, I know who God says I am, what He says I am, where He says I'm at. I know who I am. I'm walking in power, I'm are the chosen generation. We've been called for to show His excellence. All I require for life.
Okay. So everybody in the room thinks their reputation is on point top. Way to go, friends and family.
That's everybody's answer. Of course, this is a good point.
True.
Our reputation does have an impact on the influence that we have in other people.
That's true. And I mean, your reputation can speak for you even when you're not there. That's important to remember too.
Right. I think we have some people that say that the music's too loud and they can't hear us behind the music.
Got it.
You can't hear us behind the Kahoot.
Well, I'll fix that, friends. Sorry about that.
Let me know if that's better. Was there ever anything really in your life that you were really concerned about people's opinion of you, Bethany?
Me? Oh my goodness. You know what? I was especially concerned with that in middle school because I came from private school, Catholic school, to a public middle school, and it was very important to me to fit in and to have people think of me in a certain way. You know, it was very important. And
Okay.
it made things a little difficult for me, sure.
Because people are more
Okay.
going.
Well, guys, what you're watching now is a video on social media and reputation. Let's take a look at what they have to
Some
say.
pretty gross stuff. I've seen people naked, people that I know naked.
It's putting any information on the internet that you wouldn't be comfortable with your grandma reading.
Oversharing is when you post something on Facebook or Twitter that makes you look bad, like pictures of you getting drunk or making inappropriate jokes.
What knowledge did the people you interviewed have about, the permanence of what they post?
So I was really surprised to see that people don't really think that there's other people on the other screen looking at what you're putting on, what statuses you have, what pictures you have, and how much knowledge or lack of knowledge they knew about their reputation and how it affects their life later on was really shocking, considering that these were adults who probably were using Facebook or Twitter for a number of years.
Were they surprised?
We're 16, 15 years old, they're 20, 30, 50 years old, and they have no idea.
This is a fun conversation, by the way. I'm in one of those age brackets you named, too, so is there any advice that you guys would give if people want to have limited connection to this digital world?
I would probably use Facebook as more as like a job type field. Like I would put events that I might go to that are important to make me look good. And for my personal life, I put that on my cell phone.
What about you, Sarah? You ever post something you wish you never posted on your Facebook page?
I would say that I try to treat my Facebook professionally, similar to some of the other panelists here. However, every once in a while, there is a comment that may be too quick that could be interpreted the wrong way. When reading it again, I'd be, oh, maybe this could be misinterpreted. So it's important to read over your comments twice before you post them. Maybe leave and come back if it's something that you really think could set people off.
What do you Instagram, and what do you suggest people Instagram or not Instagram?
Sometimes people like to have an Instagram to be like artsy, but then like some people just like Instagram themselves like looking really cute in the mirror, like sticking their butt out or like their boobs out, and like that's where it's kind of like, do people really need to see that?
We can take a question from the audience real quick. Go ahead.
Last year, I was on the TV show The X Factor, and so for my first audition, I was initially in a group with my best friend, And my audition aired, and they put it on YouTube. And what actually happened was, they kind of like, I don't want to put the blame on them, but they kind of twisted what happened and made it appear different to the people like on television. So I just want to ask you guys how you think people should deal with stuff that they can't control that's put on the internet of them.
What I like to do is I kind of like to sit at my computer and I like to take a deep breath and I like to think about what's tangible. And what's tangible is you sitting in that chair, not what's coming through the computer, not the comments that are in the cybersphere. The most important thing is that you're confident in yourself and that you feel empowered enough to realize that you're above comments online.
That was beautiful, Sarah.
This board. We're back.
Mm-hmm.
All right, guys. So as you can see, there's a lot of things that we do when it pertains to the way we actually show forth Christ and all of that kind of stuff. So what people think about you can actually have a huge impact on that. Even though you shouldn't really stretch out about what people think, there are some times when your reputation is important and it can actually make the difference between people receiving what you say and what you know, and not receiving it. So if you have a choice between choosing a good reputation and wealth, which one should you choose? A good reputation.
Now, I will just say to all of our friends who are watching on Facebook Live, on YouTube with us today, I kill at Kahoot, okay? I love Kahoots, all right? And I challenge all of you to step up your Kahoot game, all right? Make sure you're studying that good word. Make sure you're paying attention to these good lessons, because I would love someone to challenge me as the reigning champion of Kahootness.
Keep in mind, she's had a running advantage being that she's seen all the questions first. So, but yeah, if you guys actually want to chime into our conversation, which is what we would love for you to do, feel free to go ahead and comment in the comment section of the live. We can still see it and we can actually talk back to you that way. Even though you can't hear us, we can read you.
Yeah, we'd love to talk with you. Wherever you are in the world, whatever you got going on, we'd love to talk to you.
Have you answered this question, Bethany?
Oh, I have.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Who was the third person that joined?
I don't know.
They're still reading it. It was, I can't remember the name. I just want to know how they come up with these names, though. Yeah, like furry urchin.
I love it. Yes.
Good reputation. So we've all got it this time.
True. Good one. Good one. Nice. Ooh, who is Blue Sable? It's very exciting.
Ooh. No one lights a lamp and puts it under a bowl. Instead, he puts it on the lampstand where it gives light for everyone in the house. In the same way, your light must shine before people so that they will see the good things. Sometimes it's hard to want to shine, though. I mean, when you're out front and you are shining like you're supposed to, sometimes that makes you a target. But that's where being strong and knowing that God fights all of your battles comes into play.
Very true. You feel secure in shining that light. It's a very difficult balance to strike.
It is. Let me see. I answer that. We must definitely shine our light so that more people can see better in 3D.
Absolutely. But
or because they're scratched.
I don't know about the glasses scratching. Cause I mean, hey, I wear glasses. Light shining on scratched up glasses. I be on struggle bus trying to see while I'm driving, okay? No lies. No lies. Yes, y'all. So they can praise our Father in heaven. That's what it is.
That part.
That one.
That part. Knowing you're going on, what we're not gonna do is sit up here and act like you're winning because you know the answer.
Say what? Of course I do. Because I love the Lord. No, that's very true. Okay, so I love this one. Do what's right, not what's easy. That's the struggle of every Christian, though, right? Like, you are at this crazy intersection of integrity, ethics, respect, and honesty where you have to make these, these steadfast choices and like continue to shine your light. But it's a choice every day, right? To be.
And I think what messes some people up though is that sometimes the easy way is the right way, and they're trying to overcomplicate it. So you're like, it can be this easy to do the right thing, and sometimes it really is. It's just a matter of choosing to do right and rolling with it, and not really caring how it's going to make you look in the end.
Also true. Ooh, multiple choices.
What 3 things should not be mentioned among you? I'm going to go out on a limb, say greed, sexual immorality, and indecency. What do you guys think?
What are your thoughts?
Dr. Wanda has seen all the questions, huh? Unfair advantage rolling on the floor.
See, it's not that. Because, see, I thank you, all of my friends in cyberspace did not make this Kahoot. Reverend Lakira. Okay?
Wait, I'm not seeing the questions before you do right now.
By the way, everybody, those are the 7 deadly sins that you're seeing on the screen right now.
Yes.
Those are the
pride, lust, greed, envy, sloth, wrath, gluttony. Oh, it's that last one though.
Listen, okay, when my mama cooks food, I struggle with that one. I really do. I'd be like, hey mom, can I have a 3rd bowl of that? Thanks. Can I have a 4th bowl of that? Thanks. It's a struggle. No lies.
Well, there are times I try to do like smaller portions each time. So it's like I eat a whole meal, but I can do it in 4 increments. Let that be it.
Oh, there you go. So you're trying to.
I can feel like I eat a lot, but I'm not eating a lot.
There you go. Psychological.
That part.
Combating the gluttony. Good one.
That sloth to get you too, though.
Oh man, that is a tough one. And you know what? I struggle with envy often. A lot of it because of like social media and seeing all the beauty that other people are putting out. That's definitely a big one to struggle with, especially in the 21st century.
But the thing about it is like, how often do you have to, like, you kind of have to remind yourself, like, some of the stuff that we're envious of, because you're not the only one. I've struggled with that as well.
Right.
But a lot of times we have to remind ourselves that the things that we find ourselves being envious of, especially on social media, is not real. Like, a lot of that stuff people are putting up and there's a filter on the face, or, it's been photoshopped heavily. And that kind of thing. So it's not even something that you can really put yourself up against.
True.
So it's really not worth it.
Very true.
Somebody pick transparency. Blue Sable. I didn't know we had a Blue Sable. Hi, Blue Sable.
Welcome, Blue Sable. Welcome to the party. We're having a good time. I love this graphic. I mean, how impactful is that? One person.
Right. Who decides to practice what? Sin distancing.
Right. I love that.
Put all things to the test. Keep what is good and avoid every kind of evil. Remember those things.
My dad used to tell me that a lot when we were children. Helped in so many situations. So many situations.
We'll see How many people paid attention?
Oh,
Because
I
one
was
of these things
distracted.
is definitely not like the other.
Oh, I was distracted. You know what, y'all? But for real, that happens like every time Reverend Lakira and I get together. We have such a good time. And like, I definitely get lost in the conversation most of the time. She's a cool person to talk to. Like, she's so much fun to talk to. So I was not paying attention.
But we have to know that that is not my, it just happens every time on this particular question. Like every time we have played, you have gotten distracted on this question.
Yes, pretty much. Pretty much.
Who did it? Who picked it?
I don't know, but it wasn't me, because knowing Iguana is not gonna be me. It's still in the lead. Pow pow. Y'all are doing great though with these questions. This is killer.
Right. Everything without complaining or arguing, so that you may be innocent and pure as God's perfect children who live in a world of corrupt and sinful people. You must shine among them like stars lighting up the sky. This verse kind of got me, because I'm like, do everything without complaining and arguing, that you might be innocent as pure children. And I'm just like, wait, kids are some of the complainingest people I know.
But you know what? I love that about children, because they're honest. But I do, I like the fact that this one points out that light again,
Mm-hmm. Just kind of being out there to shine, being an example.
Right. I mean, just like the light, that you don't put under a basket, you put it up on a pedestal so that others can see. That's our purpose, to bring light and knowledge and beauty to the world. Like, that's our job.
So then, even with that brings up this question, because a lot of people are like, okay, well, if I can't argue and complain or whatever, does that mean that I cannot question what I'm being asked to do? And that's not necessarily the thing. It doesn't mean that you can't question it. Now, you can't really get mad if God chooses not to answer you right then.
Right.
But I think it's very healthy to question why something needs to happen or why something is happening, because it's an opportunity to learn. So if you do have questions about things that you're supposed to do, maybe the calling on your life, the gifting on your life, the direction your life is supposed to have or take, then it's a good idea to ask questions about what it is that you're strong in or have, just interests in or need to know more about, because that's how you learn.
Right.
And questioning does not automatically equate to complaining. So
also true.
So what have you learned? I think we've learned that a good reputation is something that we should value. A good reputation means pursuing godly character. Having a good reputation is a great way to bring glory to God, absolutely, because a good reputation will go a long way. And the end result of good reputation is that you stand out and you're admired. I believe that's what that was supposed to say. It's a little long.
Oh, yeah. Got a little cut off there.
Crazy thing about it is when you can have a good reputation to a lot of people and a bad reputation to some. So my encouragement with this entire lesson is to make sure that you focus on the ones that see the good in you, and don't necessarily be discouraged by people who have negative things to say simply just for the sake of having negative things to say. Because there's always going to be somebody that doesn't like what you're doing.
But the thing about good character, the thing about, being someone with a good reputation is if you are consistent and you're you're truly working toward having that, right? Having a good reputation, and your focus is on doing godly things and showing God's love in the world, your good reputation will refute the people who have negative things to say about you. I'm speaking from personal experience now, babies. Like, listen, I've had people who say and have said terrible things about me, but my reputation stands on its own. And anybody who's ever met me can say, that's not Miss Bethany. She don't act like that. She doesn't talk like that. She doesn't live her life like that. So you're probably wrong. And that's okay. You're entitled to your opinion. But your good character, your reputation can speak volumes for you when you're not present. So it's important that you take good care of it.
All right. Everybody got that one. Everybody learned all those good things.
Nice.
So, guys, if you would like to embrace a relationship with Christ, go ahead and head to the comment section on the live and put in "Field Me CLT." God can clean up a bad reputation just as well as He can protect a good one. And there's nothing that you can do that'll make Him not love you. There's no mistake that you can make that'll make Him walk away from you or anything like that. So, embracing a relationship with Him is one of the best things you could possibly do, and He is one of the best ways to make sure that people think great things of you when they think of you.
And if you
So make sure to connect with us.
Right.
MayfieldMemorial.com is the website. You can also connect to us on Instagram at Teen Talk CLT. And Facebook and YouTube, Mayfield Memorials, where you're going to find us and our videos. So make sure that you stay connected, and we will see you next week.
Be sure to connect with us online on Facebook at Mayfield Memorial and on Instagram at Teen Talk CLT. Again, this has been Teen Talk Charlotte, the Field's midweek study for teens ages 12 to 17. And until next time, have a great week.